Eli, how about some thoughts about senior day and what some of those guys, what kind of impact they had on you?
Seniors here have been awesome for me. They took me in right away, made me feel like family. So it's going to be an emotional day, but rightfully so. There's probably going to be a couple guys tear up, but that's what that day's for. It's a day, these guys are given 4 years of this program, 5 in some cases. So it's going to be an awesome moment.
I know you've only been here a year now, but have you given any thought that this will be your last time playing in Sanford Stadium also?
For sure, yeah. Like you said, I've only been here a year, but they've taken me in, treated me like family, and it's going to be a little emotional for me. Just my family's going to be there with me, and knowing this is the last time walking out on a home field, so it'll be emotional.
When you were in the grad transfer portal, if they even call it that, what were some of the things the coaches told you trying to get you to decide to come to Georgia? How did they sell this program to you?
Most coaches, I said, hey, I'm old enough, mature enough that we don't need to go through the whole recruiting pitch. Let's just be real with each other, and most coaches were good about doing that. So when I came here, Coach Mart and Coach Hartley and Coach Coley were all very upfront with me and told me this is probably what's going to happen, and I like the situation. So
Kirby being a former player here and probably, I guess, a lifelong Georgia fan, the passion that he brings to the rival games, specifically Florida and Auburn, how does that affect the players?
I think it rubs off in a pretty big way, and everybody could see the passion he had after that game was over, and it was really cool to see. It's really awesome to see as a player, like your coaches are that much more invested, because it's not always that you have a head coach that is so tied into your program. So it was awesome to see.
Eli, I'm just wondering, senior day on Saturday, will you do anything? Will you join in with festivities?
Yeah. So I'll walk with my parents. This will be my senior night too, and like I said, I know I've only been here a year, but they took me in like family, so it's gonna be an exciting moment for me.
I just thought about
Tennessee.
No, I did not walk to Tennessee.
just kind of thought about you've now beaten Auburn at Auburn 2 years in a row, so you got kind of fond memories of Jordan Hare.
Yeah. The stadium was really loud and really cool environment. So it was good to get away with 2 wins, and we're going to move forward.
Again, your time here has been short, but you've had a couple big touchdowns against Florida. I mean, a big catch against Florida, forgive me, and a big touchdown against Auburn. Do you kind of think about how that inserts you into the lore of Georgia football going forward?
I haven't really thought about it too much. Right now, I'm just kind of focused on what I can do this year to help the team win. So,
What do you think about the rhythm of the offense, especially the Florida game was exceptional, especially on third down, but kind of just stalled there in the fourth quarter last Saturday?
Yeah, the Auburn's defense gave us a lot of problems. They're a very talented group, but we expect more out of ourselves. We expect to get third down conversions. We weren't doing that very well, and first and second down leads into third down, so you got to do better on those downs too. So it was a little stagnant, but we just got to look at the film, get better, and execute better this week.
Where's the morale and the spirit of the offense with the criticism from the outside kind of growing?
I think we just use it as motivation. We try not to really listen to the outside because, if you're winning SEC football games, that's what you got to look at. And our defense has done a great job of kind of, propelling the offense and keeping us in games. So we got to step up and do our part and execute better. Like that.
Going forward, do you think on third down you're going to need to be a lot better than you were against Auburn for beating SEC championship?
Absolutely. We weren't good enough on third down. We expect high of ourselves. We say we got to be above 45% on third down, and we weren't that. So we just got to be better.
Do you have any more speculation about any reasons why it happened in the fourth quarter in particular?
No, I think Auburn just was starting to move some things that were giving us some problems, and we weren't making the plays we needed to. So,
how do you assess the overall state of the offense? You said you're not, you're never happy. You can't be satisfied with anything. You're putting up 50 points a month, but how do you assess? Do you think that some of the criticism is fair? Do you think y'all are playing pretty well, or what's your assessment of the offense?
We got to execute better, and whatever the game plan is, the coaches are going to put us in the best position possible. So if we execute the game plan, the offense will take care of itself, and the defense has done a phenomenal job of keeping us in games and holding teams to low scoring points. Coming down the road, we got some tough opponents, and we're going to have to put up points. So we got to practice hard and execute.
What's your familiarity with Texas A&M? What do you think of when you think of this game?
They're a really talented football team that kind of gets overshadowed by the LSU, the Alabama, the Auburns of the West. So I think people kind of overlook them a little bit, but they're actually a really good football team. And their defense, they got some playmakers. They got a good defensive line, really talented, experienced linebacker group that can really cause some problems. So we can't take them lightly. We can't overlook them. We got to have a good practice.
What's impressed you the most about playing with DeAndre Swift?
his ability to make a defender miss is unbelievable. And I mean, you can see it on film every time you turn it on. If he doesn't make this guy miss, it's a 3-yard gain, but since he does, it turns into 30. So he does a great job. All our backs do a great job of making that one defender miss, hitting the hole. His vision's unbelievable.
Can you confirm that Kirby said, "How about the sleeping dogs?"
I think anybody that saw the video can win as well as I can. So
Were you surprised he did that?
a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, but like we were saying earlier, when you're that invested into a program like Georgia, you're a player here, and you got that passion. It's going to come out and rub off, and not many programs can say that their head coach played here and has that much passion. So it's cool as a player. You love to see it.
Having come from somewhere else, do you appreciate maybe better than others just the value of qualifying for an SEC East championship? This is 3 in a row for Georgia.
Absolutely. I've never been an East champion, so around here I know their goals are much higher, but they definitely don't take it for granted that winning the East is not an easy thing to do. So our goals and aspirations do extend beyond this, but we took it in and realized for a second that this is not something easy to do.
So is the playoff a motivation now for like succeeding as A&M and Tech these last 2 games?
Yeah, well, we got to win the SEC. So we, before the playoffs, so we got to beat A&M, we got to beat Tech, and then we got to go and play LSU and beat them. So, but right now we're focused on A&M and just that next game. So,
Be honest, did you think y'all would be in this position after losing to South Carolina?
I knew what we were capable of. I knew that the South Carolina game was just a combination of us, turning the ball over and then not playing our best football. So I know when we play the way we're capable of, we can do just about anything.
How do y'all? Kirby held up his phone today and said, obviously, guys are going to pay attention. You can't help but notice outside noise a little bit. But this team seems to have done a good job of shaking off losses and sort of staying focused on what the goal is. How do you do that when everybody now is talking playoff and national championships again and that sort of thing?
You got to remember, after the South Carolina loss, what the outside world was saying, and when we kept it all in here. We said we know who we are, and the people that matter are in this building, and the people playing the games are in this building. So you do the same when things are going well. People start talking about the playoffs and stuff like that, and you block it out. You say, remember who we are, remember where we were at after South Carolina, and that the people playing the game are in here. So you just got to shake everything off.
You actually caught passes against Texas A&M.
You said 2016. No, that would have been my brother. I was at the game. I was redshirt freshman year. Okay. Yeah, redshirt freshman year. Was there 9 versus 8. So in College Station, it was a cool game. But
You didn't get a chance to play in that game.
I think it was special teams stuff like that. I definitely didn't have any catches in that
But
one.
what they have, Texas A&M doesn't have some kind of a mystique. It's a different thing around here. I don't know. Because this is the first time they've played.
Yeah.
as SEC.
I said it earlier, I think they're just very overlooked with LSU, Alabama, Auburn kind of overshadowing them there in the West a little bit. And I think they're a super talented football team that doesn't get the credit that they deserve. So I think you can't take them lightly.
Do you remember the atmosphere that surrounds the Texas A&M home game? Can you share it? Because we haven't been there, but I know it's probably different than a lot of other SEC environments.
I still remember that being one of the loudest places I've ever been. It's awesome. A lot of the stadium's brand new, so high up, and that was a top 10 matchup game when we were there. So it was loud. It was loud. It was
a nice 4.5 hour game, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
Double
like
overtime or
double overtime game and high scoring game. So it was fun.
Eli, I think I remember about 8 or 9 guys getting scraped off the field. Talk about the intensity that A&M plays with them. I recall that was a pretty physical game for those Texas guys.
Absolutely, they're a super physical team. Their D-line, their linebackers, a lot of experience, a lot of strong, big guys on both sides of the ball. They got a lot of talent. So it's going to be a physical matchup, and sometimes in those big games, as you can see in the Auburn game, the emotions start to come out a little bit, and it gets a little chippy. But we're going to stay composed and do everything we can.
You guys had, I think, 250 or 260 yards the other day, 3 touchdowns, but a lot of 3 and outs. When you look at the offensive show in that game, what do you guys need to do better to be, I guess, more consistent to move the ball downfield?
Just execute the game plan better. I think we had a good game plan going in. We didn't execute on 3rd down very well, and then 1st and 2nd down lead into 3rd down. So you got to execute on 1st and 2nd down, put yourself in a good situation, and we didn't do a great job of that. So whatever our game plan is this week, we got to execute it and do it to the best of our ability.
You had your first Georgia touchdown in that game. I know that they targeted you against South Carolina, but What was that moment like? Have you had time to reflect on getting in the end zone? Is it still special?
Yeah, it was a special moment. It was cool to be the first one of the Georgia Bulldog. But you saw the way the game went. You celebrate for a second, and then all of a sudden you got to turn around and keep playing because the game got tight there at the end. So yeah, it was a cool moment, and it's not lost on me at all. So I'm sure after the season's over, whenever that is, I'll look back and it'll be something to remember, for the rest of your life. But right now we got some other things to take care of.
Eli, y'all are playing a very experienced quarterback this week, but it seems like Georgia's had their share of opposing quarterbacks that have been that have been for injuries and stuff. I asked Kirby about this downstairs, and he talked about, quarterbacks just aren't getting mass protected like they have been in the past. And is that something that you kind of noticed too? That y'all are going out, and there's defenders sometimes have a straight shot at a quarterback to where they've got to get rid of it quick, which Jake does a good job of.
Yeah, I can't speak so much for that because obviously I'm on offense, but I think we do a good job of making sure that Jake gets the least amount of hits possible. And in some offensive schemes are more catered to around a dual threat. That's hey, if we leave one guy, you got to make a miss. So I know A&M's quarterback is a big dual threat guy, can make some plays with his legs. So that'll be a challenge for our defense. But they've handled every challenge that's been thrown their way this year. So I think they're more than capable of handling it.
Do you kind of pay attention to, because with Jake and Kellen Mond, Burrow's been healthy at LSU, Nix has stayed healthy at Auburn, but just about everybody else in the league has experienced, now at Tua especially, some kind of upheaval to quarterback.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of a freak thing. You really don't like to see quarterbacks get hurt and go down, so it's not like we're sitting here excited about anybody getting hurt. It's just been a freak thing that we just happen to play a lot of teams that are relying on a backup, and a lot of backups have been doing a great job for their team. So this will be a good challenge for us this week.
On third and short situations, how does the playbook change? Are tight ends any more important on passing routes?
It varies week to week. Sometimes our third and short plan is, hey, we think we can load up the box, bring an extra tackle in, and run the ball. Some weeks we're like, hey, let's air it out, get on the perimeter a little bit more. So it varies week to week.
Do you like how Coach Coley utilizes tight ends in his offense?
Yeah, he's done a good job of making us really multidimensional, flexing us out wide, bringing us in, putting us in the backfield a little bit. And it posed a challenge for us, but also we're happy to do all these different roles and show our what I'm looking for, maneuverability around the offense.
So how much has it changed since your Tennessee offense days? Is it any shocks or anything like that you came with?
No, I think Tennessee prepared me to do just about a little bit of everything, playing in the backfield and on the perimeter.
I know you've only been here for a year, but this is your last game in Sanford Stadium. So what are your emotions going into that, and how does it compare coming from Tennessee playing in Sanford?
I'd say it's emotional. I like you said, I haven't been here that long, but Georgia's taken me and treated me like family, so it's a special place to me, and it's going to be a place that I'm going to look back for the rest of my life. And with it being the last college home game for me, my family's going to be there with me. It's going to be emotional. I'm going to take it in the best I can, and then you got to focus on the game, though.
What's been your favorite memory in Sanford this year?
The Notre Dame game was awesome. Just the environment, everything about it. It was really like the first taste of a big time night game in Sanford, and it's a memory that will stick with me forever.
Can you expand on what you said about DeAndre's ability to make the miss? What is different about him? What did you know about him coming here and you see him?
Yeah, so it all starts with his vision. His vision, to see the hole, to see the field is unlike anything I've seen. And then when somebody comes at him, it's just like what you see on the tape. Somebody comes at him from an angle, and he has the ability just to make one move and completely throw him off balance and keep the play alive. It's what you want out of a running back. They say the mark of a good back is being able to beat the one man that's unaccounted for. So he does a great job of that.
When the photographer was injured the other day, how difficult is that to go from, you're playing hard to concerned about a person that was knocked out like that?
Yeah, we weren't sure what happened, so we all just kind of took a knee, and then we said a little prayer for her and hope that was nothing serious. So yeah, it sucked, and our thoughts and prayers in there, but we kind of said our prayer, did everything we could, and then we had to go back to focusing on the game.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother.